Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is super different to what I normally do. So I've got a guinea pig in. It's not actually a guinea pig. We use that term to say as like a model. I put a post out on my Facebook asking for models to come in and have the new Apres or Apres or however you sell it, the Gel-X system where you just use the gel and the full well tips. I purchased the kit myself with my own money from the Nail and Beauty link. It was about 113 or 30. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was over £100. And you got the full kit as well as the brush and 500 tips as well. Now you get a choice. So you can have short, tapered, square, almond, stiletto, and long coffin. And I chose long coffin. So I've got my client in. She's come in and I'm just going to prep the nails as I would before any sort of enhancement on the nails, which you need to do. So I've gone in, sanitized her hands, pushed back her cuticles, gone in with the no idea what it's called bit from I think it's called the pear bit from Nail Supplies. The link to that shop is always in the description box because that's where I always get my drill bits from, apart from the one that I use that's from the gel bottle. And then I'm just etching over the nail plates here. Just really paying attention to get all that dead skin off. And just shaping the nail. Excuse me. Obviously this is in real time speed. That's why I'm taking forever to try and just clean away that skin. I'm just going back in with that bit there to then just lift that off the nail plate. I do this on all 10 nails and then dust off the dust. And then this is where I would have ideally need a sanding band, but I didn't have one. So I just used this drill bit that I have to etch the inside of the full well tips. Measured all of them tips to her fingernails and then prepped all of the tips. Then I've come in, scrubbed her nails with dehydrator and my plastic manicure brush. And now I'm using the pH bonder that you get inside the kit, and I'm going to go over all of her nails here. So then I'm going in with the acid-free primer, and this also comes in the kit. These are full-size bottles as well. They're not little tiny miniature ones. And it does say apply 1 coat, but I've actually gone ahead and just applied 2 coats to all of the nails. Because it's acid-free, I always feel like you need 2 coats. That's just something that I do. And then I will come back because obviously I'm still just fanning around here putting the primer on. The next step in the instructions is to brush on a thin layer of the sculpting gel onto each of the nails and cure in an LED light for 30 seconds. I think it's about 2 minutes in a UV, but I'm using LED, so that is what I'm using. And most people do use LED lamps now. So yeah, as we're just doing this, I will just say that sizing all the tips up and getting all the prep done, like I don't really find it any more quicker than if you were to say apply nail forms and just sculpt them out, you know, or applying tips and then sculpting. But I suppose it's the application in itself that's quicker. I do think as well I think there may be training out there, but I think it would be good to have an actual specific training course. I wouldn't mind attending that maybe, and then you get like more of a better idea of how much, say, like gel to put in the tip, gel to put on the nail and stuff like that. Because this is kind of like guesswork for me. I'm just kind of going off by what I've seen videos on Instagram and YouTube. Excuse me. So then what they say is to place some gel into the nail tip, take off the excess, and then you're just going to place it on the nail and push down really hard to remove all of the air bubbles. So I'll go in at the cuticle area and then just pull right down. I'll hold it with my thumb and then I just slip my finger at the back of her finger, because when I was on the other hand and I was doing it, my thumb was in the way. I was holding it down with my thumb, and then my thumb was just in the way. So when I lifted my thumb up, there would be an air bubble there, which was super frustrating. So I took Claire Jane's advice, who is a lovely nail tech, and she helps run my group. And she showed me this way that she does. So I swapped and used this method, and it was so much better. So again, I placed the gel on. I put the excess off the brush and scrape it kind of on the cuticle area of the tip, as you can see. I then go down inwards to the cuticle area, so in the cuticle area, and then I just push it right down really hard. I wiggle my thumb along. As you can see, it come back up, pop it back down. Then I had to like get the air bubbles out. Oh my goodness. And then I hold that in place with the pressure down on the tip so it's all stuck. Please ignore the state of my nails as well. Ugh. I need someone to come and do my nails. Then I was just checking around that cuticle area because it's so close and so clear. It's really hard to tell if any's touching the skin. But I'm just basically repeating that same process on all 5 of these nails. But I just left it in. I know a lot of you wanted to see how the video worked. I sped it up a little bit here so it wasn't so repetitive. But again, in the cuticle area, pull it down. Use my finger to hold the back of her nail, and I'm squeezing it hard. And then just getting rid of that little bit of excess gel that popped out the side there. Cure with their little mini lamp for 30 seconds and then move on to the next nail. And after we'd done that, we then went ahead and cured in the lamp for 60 seconds. So you want to give it a full cure then afterwards, and cure for 60 seconds. So again, pushing down, holding it with force. You can see the white of my fingers turning white. Then just making sure it's not in the cuticle area, and then a little bit was. Just flick that away. And then we're going to do the thumb. So that's the nails on. I'm just making sure that none is stuck on that skin at all. And then I'll pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds for a full cure. And then went ahead and just filed over the tips because I just feel like you should etch over the tips because you're applying gel. So I just made sure that no places were stuck around the cuticle and around the skin and sidewalls and stuff like that with the hand file. And then I'm coming in with some gel polishes from the Gel Bottle Ink, and it is their Heartless and Rose Gold. And I'm just going to paint the nails. Apply 2 coats of this, curing in the lamp, both for 60 seconds, just to make sure they're nice and fully cured. I say 60 seconds, I'll just leave it in the lamp until I'm done with that with that hand and just carry on with the next hand. Whilst I'm just doing that and the video is playing, I'm just going to pop on and just kind of talk a little bit about how I feel about this system. Will I rate it? Will I use it? Will I have it as a service to provide that I will provide? So it's fiddly. It is fiddly, and it's not as easy as they make it look when you watch it. It's quite fiddly, and you know, it took me an hour and a half to do this set. So it's not really much, it's not any quicker than what I do if I was to sculpt a set. So I kind of feel a bit like I'm going to keep at it because I've paid for the kit and I want to get my money back. So I probably will offer it maybe at discount prices till I get to a degree where I'm happy with it and that I'm confident that they're going to last. It's not so great doing it on yourself. It's really difficult to kind of do it on yourself, and that's what I initially bought the kit for, was a cop out of doing my own nails, really. But was I pleased with how they turned out? Yes, I was. I was really chuffed with how they turned out. I loved how long they were. I loved how my client really enjoyed how long they were. And I think that with practice you would get quicker. And I do recommend, if there is a course near you offering this, then definitely go and get it, because you could really retail it as like express nails maybe, and you know, for them one-time clients that don't want to come back and have them redone, because they do recommend that it is a soak off and redo every time. I have heard that some people do infill once with builder gel. I haven't tried that. I'm yet to try that, and I will update you all how they last, how my client found them, how they feel. When I did mine on my thumb, because that's what I do have on my thumb here, that's like glittery blue. When it was first applied, it felt a little bit tight. But I think but it doesn't feel like that anymore. And it just feels weird. It's a different feel, because it's just the plastic tip, isn't it? There's no acrylic, there's no hard sort of agent on there. It's just the tip. So it is a different feel, but it hasn't snapped. It's super sturdy and strong, and there is a lovely curve. And I do love the shape of the tips that come with them. So yeah, I do recommend giving it a go, but I'm not going to put my full recommendation yet, just because I really want to see how it lasts, and I want to get better at it as well, so that it is something that I could offer for those clients that just want their nails done once, as a kind of express service. But we'll see. All in all, I enjoyed using it. I had fun today. I met Philippa, who was absolutely beautiful, and this was the final result. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye bye.